You might be wondering why the repeating decimal 1500ths is equal to 5/33 as a fraction. So I'm going to walk you through this real quick. If this were just the number 1500ths, it would be a terminating decimal. It stops at the hundredths place. And that we know is 15 out of 100, which also reduces to, we can reduce this to 3/20. Okay? But remember, this means that the decimal terminated. It stops at 100ths, right? This one doesn't. This one never stops. This one keeps going. So what we do is we think about it this way. This means this. And it just keeps going on forever, right? So there's all of this for infinity that keeps going. There's this fraction that starts with the thousandths place that just keeps going. And each place value gets smaller and smaller and smaller, but there's this piece out of the 100 pieces that's being used up. So because of that, we begin first by writing this 1500ths repeating as 15 out of 99. Remember, if it terminated, it is 15 out of 100. It stopped at 1500ths, right? This one doesn't stop. So this extra piece here, this piece that keeps repeating over and over and over, takes up one of our hundredths. It's taking up a portion of that. Now remember, we cannot completely accurately represent a repeating decimal with a fraction. Some of them we can. Actually, 1/3 can be 0.3 repeating. But when it comes to more complex ones, this is as close as we can get. So what happens if it's, that repeating piece of it is taking up one of our hundredths? That's why we subtracted one of our hundredths, to show that it's repeating. It keeps going forever. Well, this, instead of being divisible by 5, like this one was, right? 15 divided by 5 is 3, 100 divided by 5 is 20. This one has the common factor of 3. So we can divide both by 3, and we get 5/33, which is the same answer that we saw in the answer key. What happens is, it doesn't matter what the repeating decimal is. Doesn't matter. If it is a decimal that repeats, you are always going to forget about that piece for a moment. So it would be 7/10ths, right? Which is the same as 70 hundredths, but it's repeating, so it's out of 99. The denominator of a repeating decimal, no matter what it is going to have a denominator of 99. But the only way that's going to work is if you make sure you're taking the hundredths and not just tenths or thousandths. You've got to convert your top part to the hundredths to write it over 99. And real quick, because 7/99ths is a lot less than 70/99ths, okay? This was 7/10ths. But you have to convert it to 99ths. So you would have to do times 10, change this to a 99, okay? You cannot leave it like tenths and just change that to a 9, because we're talking the hundredths place here being, we're taking just the next value of hundredths, which is thousandths, away from the hundredths. So it has to be 99 hundredths. And that's how you convert a repeating decimal to a fraction.